If you haven't heard it, I'm hiding an 85-inch TV in my tiny living room. It's day 60 and we finally have a functioning TV in the living room. The final step to this fireplace build is the mantle, but this won't be any mantle. This will be a mantle that secretly opens up for the TV to rise out, but then looks seamless when the TV's put away. So let's get building this thing. Quick tip before staining, you want to make sure that you wood condition first. And you also want to make sure that your wood conditioner matches your stain. So this is an oil-based wood conditioner, so I need to make sure I'm using an oil-based stain. So if you're using a water-based stain, you do not want to use an oil-based wood conditioner. It's pretty easy to tell what it is, because if you look on the stain here, right under the color, it says oil-based. Like pretty much every step of this project, there's something that doesn't go my way. So the brush breaking 2 seconds in was no surprise. I'm going to be honest with you though, I had no idea what wood conditioner even was until I started DIYing. But I'm here to tell you, you do not want to skip this step if you want your stain to be even and not blotchy. Just like sanding, you want to make sure when you're staining that you stain with the grain and then stain with wiping. When you're wiping, you want to wipe it away with the grain. I waited 30 minutes after applying the wood conditioner. I went with the color Early American for the stain. This is the stain that I use for my office beams and the plank ceiling in my entryway. The longer you let the stain sit on the wood, the darker it'll stain it. But don't let it sit for too long. You do not want the stain to dry before you wipe it off. Trust me. I got them all stained and they dried for an hour. So now I'm going to put on the top coat. So the dry time, to know the dry time, you have to look at the can. But mine was quick dry 1 hour. So for the top coat, I'm going with this 3 times thick one because then you only have to do 1 coat. I was reading the labels of all the other ones and you have to do at least 2 coats. So I'm just not about that. I don't have like a ton of experience. I just do what works for best for me. And the quickest one always works the best for me. Now that everything is stained, it's time to make this mantle 3-dimensional. I put pocket holes in the wood and made sure to screw in where there was a 2x4 below. I found a matte black piano hinge that I attached to the top to allow it to open and close. It was time to test it out before I nailed it in place. Thankfully, my measurements were accurate and my vision is coming to life. Be sure you're following Megan Marie home to see if I decide to hide the Xbox inside the mantle too. Alright, let's make it actually look like a mantle now.